Hello, I'm Tiffany, creator of Red Petal Patterns, and this is Intermediate Basics for Knitters. And today I wanted to talk some more about seaming, and that's when you piece your garments together. Everywhere that they are, for lack of a better word, sewn together is a seam. And in good finishing work, that's done from the right side into specific stitches. You don't just put the two pieces together, wrong sides together, and whip stitch them. That's not going to lay nicely, and it's not going to look nice. So I covered the mattress stitch in the basics for beginners, and that was in, I believe, number 15, which was mattress stitch, and it showed how to do seam to, side to side if they're both running in the same direction. Your edge to edge, so like a side seam or a sleeve. And then I showed you the mattress stitch when it's done end to end, and you want to match those up, and you have to alternate them so that it looks like everything's one solid piece instead of a ditch where they joined. It looks like one solid piece. So now I'm going to show you the situation of an end to an edge. This is normally going to happen, say, I don't think a lot of pieces do this anymore, but let's say that you are adamant that you do not want to pick up stitches. I don't know why this would be a problem, but some people do not like picking up stitches. If you don't want to pick up stitches, you can seam your pieces together, and this would happen in, say, a button band. So this would be the front of your sweater, and this would be the button band. This could happen in a collar. It also happens in sleeves, but it's a little bit different of a situation, so I'm going to cover that one later. But in the case of an end to an edge, you have your stitches going in two different directions, and you also have two different gauges, and you need to piece those together. So since you already know about the mattress stitch, we're going to talk a little bit about the math. In our make-believe sweater, our gauge was 5 stitches to the inch and 7 rows to the inch. And you should know about gauge, and you should know that that means that when you look at your work and you measure it across these stitches, 5 of those is going to equal 1 inch. The problem is that you have to match this piece with a piece that is this way, and that piece is going to have rows going across. You have to match your stitches going against your rows this way. So your 5 stitches have to fit the same inch as 7 rows. So obviously you're not going to be able to do the mattress stitch where you go behind the stitches like you did on an end to end like this. You're not going to be able to use that technique. And if you do because it's not going to match this side. And if you do between the bars like you did this way, then it's not going to match this piece. You have to do both. So on one side, let's do this. So on one side, you're going around a stitch, and on the other side, you're going to go in the 2 bars, and then around a stitch and into 2 bars. The problem is you can't do 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 because you're going to have more rows than you do stitches in that inch. And this is how you work that math. This means that you're going to have 5 stitches. So those are going to look like this. You're going to have 5 stitches, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7 rows. And ideally these should be the same measurement, but you know, I'm just freehanding here. This means that you're going to have to double up some of these to make them even with this. So let's say you did, and you're also going to work around the back of this stitch and in the 2 bars of this stitch. And you're going to work around the back of this and through 2 bars, and around the back and through 2 bars. So you're going to be mixing your 2 techniques that you've learned while also cinching some of these together. So if I decided that this stitch was in the middle, in the center, if this is 5, then this stitch is in the center, and if this is 7, then the 4th stitch is in the center. And that's going to leave me 3 stitches to 2 and 3 stitches to 2. That makes it easier. This is the first stitch, and then these 2 will get joined together. And this is the first stitch and this is the first stitch, so these 2 will get joined together. And if you break this up into 5 and 7 at a time and take your time with this, it will become second nature and you'll get a pattern. You'll know that you're going to be doing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And you can do this math with anything. Now, I personally like to lay out my stitches and lay out my rows and match them up, center to center, end to end. What do I have in between? That is the easiest way for me to work that out. And now I have a rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 to every 1, 1, 1, 1 of this side. And then that will make this match this inch for inch. So you won't have one of these too tight, one too loose. It's got waves, it's got puckers. You ended up doing it 1-to-1 by accident, and now you've got a big gather in one spot. This is how you would do this so that it would line up evenly all the way down the front of your sweater, or around the neck, or around the sleeves, around the sleeve openings. So however, wherever it is that you're working, this is how it would work out, so that you have a nice, smooth, even seam. And that is how you would match up your, instead of end to end or side edge to edge, you would line up an edge to an end when necessary. I hope you like and subscribe. If nothing else, I hope you at least like it and share it with somebody, because this could be a very useful hint to somebody else. And I thank you a lot, and I'll see you next time. Bye.